So welcome to our meditation time. As you let your body begin to relax, as you allow your eyes to close if that feels comfortable, and as you just allow this breath to just come and be, however it is, you'll really be able to find yourself into this present moment. Instead of already rushing ahead of the moments that haven't come yet, or sitting and mulling over things that have already been today, just let this breath just be. It will bring you right here into this present moment. And as you allow it, allow yourself to adjust if the body needs to adjust. Allow yourself to notice the thoughts that try to creep in and distract you. Just notice it all. Trying to cultivate this letting things just be way of being in the moment. Not trying to change it. We practice that often enough in the rest of the minutes of the day. But for these moments, what if we let it just be? The thoughts come in, we notice them. The body gets a little agitated, we notice that. The thoughts come in again, and we notice that. And we truly make this just a practice of awareness and noticing the way that it was always meant to be. And so here in the pause, the Yoga Sutra that we are focused on today is Yoga Sutra Chapter 252. It is connected to our practice of pranayama, our practice of breath. And what it talks about is this idea of retention. The last time we were together, it was about the connection between the in and the out breath, and we noticed that one so easily, right? You breathe in, and before you even realize that the inhale has finished, you are ready to breathe out, and here it comes. And your breath just becomes this beautiful cycle, in and out, and in and out. But Yoga Sutra 252 says, as a result of pranayama that uses retention of your breath, the veil over your inner light is destroyed. Just listen to that again. As a result of pranayama, of breath work that uses retention of the breath, the veil over our inner light is destroyed. And so before we think about the breath in these moments that we have, let's think about this veil. We all have an inner light. We all have this pure goodness and compassion and peace that dwells within us. It has always been there. But we go through situations, we experience trauma, we experience pain, we move through the busy, noisy world, and we just put layer after layer after layer over that light. It's not intentional. It just happens. Until over time, we forget the light is there. And sometimes we actually stop believing that it even exists because we feel that far away from it. But what Patanjali is telling us in this sutra is you're just a few breaths away from it. Because the power of the retention of your breath is where that veil is not just lessened, not just made a bit more porous, but he says in many, many of the translations, it's destroyed. And you start to see the goodness of you again. You believe that you are enough. You trust that you have value. And you know with certainty that there is light within. And so I want to just pause there, because I know that there are people all around this world, maybe in this space with us right now, where those things seem really hard to believe. That you are compassionate and you are good and you are enough. But he tells us with certainty, as your pranayama, your breath practice, utilizes retention, that veil, no matter how thick, no matter how heavy it has become, it will be destroyed. And your inner light will shine. And not only will you see it, but the world will see it as well. You will reflect light as you move through your day. People will feel it in your presence. They will feel better and more peaceful by just being around you. But the key to all of that is we've got to get the veil lifted off. For some of us, it feels like it's not just a veil, it's armor. It's plates of armor. And so let's make our practice today just restoring a little bit of that belief as we practice the retention of the breath. It's not holding the breath. It is truly a part of pranayama. There is an inhalation, there is an exhalation, and there is a retention. We do it on purpose. We let all of the nourishment of that breath in go to every inch of our body that needs it. We hold that breath in a way that it bathes our nervous system and it softens the edges of it. It comes up into our heads and it begins to just smooth the edges of our thoughts and our mind. It just runs through these channels of energy all around our body. And then when the body has grabbed onto every bit of nourishment that that breath has, then we breathe out. And the stuff that is harmful, that we should not hold on to, is released. It's not about the exchange of gas. It is truly about this life-giving force of energy, powerful enough to destroy the veil that's covering up your light inside. And so we're going to practice that together. And I encourage you to just notice how you feel. Notice in the retention what thoughts come through your mind. And see if you can turn your thoughts toward enoughness, toward peace, toward light. And so just go ahead and take a breath here on your own, just breathing in and breathing out and letting it all go and making sure that your body is comfortable. And don't worry about the retention. It will not be for very long. It will be just enough time for the body to hang on and grab all the nourishment that it needs. So let's take a slow, deep breath in, sealing our lips, and then hold right here. And then just as slowly, begin to exhale it out. Take a slow breath in and hold it there. And slowly exhale, let it go. Breathing in, enoughness. Holding there. Exhale, let it go. Breathing in the value that you have. Holding there. Exhale, let it go. Breathing in the compassion that is just a part of who you are. Holding there. Exhale, let it go. Breathing in the goodness at the core of your being, holding there. Exhale, let it go. Breathing in, see the light. Holding there. Exhale, release. Breathing in, see the light. Hold there. Exhale, release. Breathing in, see the light. Hold there. And release. And then just allow your body just to return to a rhythm that feels right. And I want to just pause here in the quiet and let each of us just notice what we noticed. And as you continue just to be, finding stillness again, noticing your breath, and just picture for a second when you hear the word veil, what do you see? I don't think there's any images that would come to our mind where a veil wasn't hiding something. Sometimes, like in a wedding, it's hiding because there's anticipation of what will come next. Other times it's hiding maybe in an art gallery because we can't quite reveal the thing underneath. It's not quite time. But other times it's also covering something up with no anticipation, covering it up in shame, covering it up and to truly hide it. And so wherever you are along this continuum of, I know there's a veil, I know I've got these layers that have covered up my light, but I can see it. And I am anticipating a day when I see it all the time. And maybe for others, you also know that there's a veil. There's something covering up this light within. And the thought of removing it is scary. Because even though it's covering up your light, there is familiarity, there's comfort there. Almost protection. But no matter where you are on this continuum of how you see this veil, none of us were meant to hide our light. The world needs it. We need it. We need it as a reminder every single day of our goodness, our compassion, our enoughness, and this divine, beautiful energy, this presence that exists within us. And so wherever you are today with this idea of this veil, however thick it feels for you, I encourage you in the coming days, sit with your breath retention. Patanjali said it 2,500 years ago. 2,500 years ago, he said, through the power of breath retention, the veil covering up your light will be destroyed. will be destroyed, not lessened, not lifted and covered back up again, but destroyed. Trust the teachings. They have withstood the test of time. People for years and years since have trusted them because they are true. The light is there. You've just got to find your way back to believing it. So in the coming days, as you breathe in and you're really beginning to doubt, hold that breath for just a few seconds so your body can grab onto every bit of nourishment that it needs. Breathe out the toxic things that are left over. And then do it again and picture the light. One breath, one retention at a time. Namaste.